How you doing? It's Iowa Whitetail Hunter coming at you here from the Rock and Bee, and I haven't made any videos for quite a while. I've been trying to get the new house put together and the shop planned out, and doing a lot of changing with the land, and I got a pretty decent tractor now, and I've been getting my food plots, all my clover plots that I put in here a couple years ago. They're just knocking it dead, and it was growing so fast. I had to have somebody coming over and mowing it, so I wasn't putting no fertilizer to it or nothing, because I felt bad having somebody come over and mow it all the time. My neighbors, I got good neighbors. But bringing an update, this is about 2.5 acres. It wraps on around. It goes clear down over the hill, and after the turnips, I put the Big and Beasty in there last year, and I had about a 5.5 inch rain after I planted it. And it kind of piled it up in the low spots and washed it off the high spots, but I still had a good turnip plot. Turned out really good. And this year I got the field about as level and good as I could get it. And earlier in the year I planted buckwheat. And I come in here and knocked that stuff down, and thought I'd be ready to come up in here and after I disc it and plant. And about 2 weeks later, I looked around, and hell, there was 2 inches tall buckwheat growing all over the place again. So I took the back scraper blade on my tractor and just dropped it down, and I just kind of cut off all the vegetation. I had a huge pile of it, and then I respread it out again just to make some more topsoil. And but I got the Big and Beasty pretty well through here, pretty good, I think. Trying not to overseed with it, and we had a rain yesterday, and it was just perfect. It was 1.5 inches. Took all night to get there. Good Lord was good to us there. We got us deer tracks coming through here already. The turkey's been up here really heavy, but you know, it didn't rut anything out. It's hot, humid. Not supposed to rain for a few more days, so this seed gets a chance to germinate and get a little root system on it. We won't have to worry about a little heavier rain. But you know, it's all in Mother Nature's hands. You can put as much money, time, and work into it as you want to, but in the end, if Mother Nature don't cooperate, and the good Lord, then all your seed will be down at the bottom of the hill or gone, or something will happen. You know, food plots ain't no guarantee. I've tried different seeds. If you watch some of my other videos in the past, some of it didn't produce anything. And it's pretty sad when you throw in $600 worth of seed and then you get 5 inches of rain, or you think you did everything right and nothing comes up. And you know, it's a labor of love working with your food plots. This area back here got growed up. I didn't get a chance to work it as well. It still had some little bit of vegetation in it. I put that chufa in here a couple years ago, and I couldn't get back here because I had a crossing washout. That chufa's for turkeys, but it just wouldn't stop, man. I mean, it grew up with weeds all around it, and it looked like little mines went off. Turkeys dug it up like crazy. I have no shortage of turkeys. But that's all wrapped around. And Big and Beasty up there too. She's a little sticky out here. Let's see, just everything should be working out just right, I'm hoping. This is I put it in on July 26th, and you can mark that on your calendar, and we'll see how she comes along. Last time I did that, I did beets and greens on the other side, and I had almost no germination on it. Not saying it's better, but we had a tough year last year. We had a huge flood and then a drought. So the Big and Beastie still managed to come through for me. And you know, you don't always get the best conditions, so I like to use stuff that's gonna produce if things ain't perfect. Here's one of my watering holes. I was putting goldfish in them, keep mosquitoes out, but now I got frogs living in them. And it takes care of mosquitoes. I got a little bit of an asthma problem when it gets this humid and hot. I tend to do a little bit of hard breathing. This is all Whitetail Institute clover through here. This field I've had mowed a couple times. Last time I had to mow it real short because it was growing so fast. And you can see there's a few sporadic flowers and whatnot coming up here, but this is the clover, chicory, and alfalfa. And man, it's quite a bit of alfalfa in here, a lot more than what you think. And it goes clean back up over that hill. But this is thick. Matter of fact, I could come up here. I haven't wanted to hit it with any fertilizer because, like I said, I hadn't had a good tractor or a brush hog or anything. Now I got both, so I can clip the tops off without, taking them down very far. So as soon as I got everything, all my winter peas and Big and Beasty and regular peas and everything planted, now I can play with my clover plots a little bit more. But this stuff is really thick. I think that chicory really holds up with that clover. And this is all Whitetail Institute. And then you can see along the edge of my field, there's 13 different kinds of apple trees I planted over there. And on this side, I got 13 pear trees. And my son-in-law planted some, and he had a turnip plot next to it, and it attracts a lot of voles, turnips do. And it got into his trees and ate the roots off. So he came over here and helped me plant these. And that wire cage goes in the ground about as far as it is out of the ground to keep the voles from getting to the roots. And then we put a deer cage around them. I had to come up here and water them, but they're really growing good. Actually, I had some peaches growing on the other side, and I pulled them off because I want everything to go to the stem. But these trees get bigger with apples and peaches, and they start hitting the ground. The deer's going to be loving it. Here's my 360 plot watcher camera. I got the ground blind up there I made. And I shot a double bearded turkey out of there this year. First one, my second turkey was a double beard. And that clover plot goes clear down. That arm bends around to the left. I think I counted a total of 9.5 acres of different food plots I got going out throughout this property. And we got hit hard with the virus last year, or the disease, and killed off, tons of our bucks. But believe it or not, I'm seeing a few big bucks, and I'm seeing some new bucks that I don't think I've seen before. So I don't know if, some of the big bruisers and bullies got pushed out of here when they died, and some new ones came in, or what the deal is. So I haven't checked my cameras for quite a while. So I'll be looking to see what we got going on here. Oh, there's one of them nasty things. That's called a New Virginia boot tick. Anyway, there's a mobile blind that my son-in-law made up for me. I should get up here and it dries out a little bit, hit this with some fertilizer and clip the tops off it. And this is gonna, you think it's thick now, This stuff's gonna explode. A deer can't keep up with this. You can have 30 deer in here, and you got to keep mowing it, man. Nothing like a good clover, chicory, and alfalfa plot. Holds up like iron. Can really support the birds. And believe it or not, every turkey that's been shot off this land, when we cleaned it, guess what it was full of? Clover. Yep, full of clover. So that's good for the turks too. Anyway, that's just an update on my Big and Beasty plot here. And I may show you down below where I put some peas, and maybe over in one of my other food plots, but since I'm on my phone, I can't string them together. So for right now, this is the Iowa Whitetail Hunter. You guys have a blessed day. We're out of here.